Hi guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be a reading about a past life. So this is the past life reading. It is a 5-card spread. And for your past life, I'm going to be working with the Ghost Tarot. So as you guys know, all of September and October, I will be doing spooky themed readings. So if you are interested, check out my shop. The link is below in the description box. I have spooky themed readings all throughout this month and next month because of the fall season, and it is my favorite time of year. So I will be working with the Ghost Tarot for this reading. It is a tarot deck. This is a 5-card spread. Whoop. Let me move this back a little bit to give myself some more space. There we go. I have so many candles behind my behind my laptop, so past life, this is just going to be a snapshot into one particular past life, as our souls have multiple. And as I tune in, I'm feeling very feminine vibes for you. So there's 2 cards that already fell out. Okay. All right, let's see here. Okay, so what I'm feeling is a very tragic, this is a really tragic snapshot into your past life. You and your past life, so we'll go by the spread that I created. So you in your past life, the first card that flew out was the Hierophant card, which is giving me this setting more so, not your personality trait, but a setting of a very religious, very strict and religious time setting. Okay, with the Hierophant energy, this is, you know, somebody who is dictating. Okay, this is a dictatorship. This is a very religious setting. The environment comes forward with the 4 of Swords, which is telling me lots of repression. Okay, so I'm feeling like this past life experience for you. I'm also like getting nun. Okay, so I hear a nun. So I'm feeling like you were in a nunnery, or within, you know, the whole nun thing, but you were against your will. It was something that you were forced into from your family. It was not something that you chose to do, and it was a very strict upbringing that you had. So the Hierophant card doesn't necessarily display who you are as a person. It just gives me the energies, but I do feel that their spirit is saying nun. Okay, so that you were a nun in this past life. You were very strict. They had a lot of expectations on you. Prayer was like a daily thing. You were, you know, enclosed in a very closed environment, as I'm seeing here, a closed environment, feeling very trapped. Normally the 4 of Swords card gives me a feeling of rest, to rest in peace, to meditate, but in this reading, the energy of this card is really telling me that you were very much imprisoned. It was against your will that you were doing this whole nunnery business. You didn't want to be there. You didn't want to do this. This wasn't aligning with your passion. It was all against fate for you. You were going against your life purpose, basically. And every single day you felt like you were facing a wall. It was very difficult. So the 7 of Pentacles is coming up. This is for your soul's purpose. And the 7 of Pentacles is an interesting card. It's showing like a forest that's lit up. Okay, it's supposed to symbolize like being lit with I'm feeling it's like orbs. Yeah, it's kind of like orbs are lighting up this forest, and then off in the background we see like the light. Okay, I'm feeling like for your purpose, you were totally driven in an opposite direction. I'm also feeling like your purpose was to explore, okay? As I feel like the feeling of wandering through a dark forest, you are exploring and you are utilizing all of your senses. I also feel like all of the little orbs that I'm seeing is spirit contact, okay? So I'm feeling like in this past life, you had a high skill of mediumship. You always sensed the dead around you. The spirit always came around you. But I feel like because of this upbringing and perhaps as a child, you brought this up to maybe your parents, as I'm seeing a mother figure here with the Empress card coming up, but we'll get to that right now. I'm feeling like they didn't take you seriously. I'm getting the feeling like they made you feel like you were doing something wrong, that you were evil. Okay, that's like another vibe that I'm getting as well. And so you were forced into this way of believing and forced into doing this with your life because they felt that was the only way your soul was going to be spared. So I feel like, yes, you were really tormented as a child growing up. You were seeing things, you were experiencing things, and you didn't know how to explain it. And the people that you thought you could trust, as I do see a mother figure here in your reading, they took advantage of that. They misinterpreted what you were telling them, and they saw basically pure evil from you, and pushed you into a lifestyle that you didn't want to be a part of at all. So I do feel, yes, that you were very much imprisoned as the environment. You were very just held against your will. You were forced to believe a certain thing. You were not very unhappy. Okay, so the soul's purpose that I'm seeing here, because this is really telling me of orbs, the card itself, and this may not be orbs, but for some reason that's how I'm seeing it. So I am interpreting that as spirit energy, and I'm interpreting it as you had a mediumship ability. You had the life purpose, or your soul's purpose was to be able to contact and to communicate with the dead. But because in this time in the kind of family that you were brought into, it was not accepted. Okay. So next we have number 4, a lesson that you learned. Now this is the Empress card, and the Empress is that she's in a ghost form. It's kind of cool. Let's see if this will focus for you. Come on. Are you gonna focus? I apologize. My camera is so annoying. I need to invest in a better camera. Come on. Well, anyway, the Empress, she's a ghost. As you can see, you can kind of see through her. But what I'm getting here is that the Empress vibe is motherly. So she's a mother vibe. And that because in the spread, it's a lesson that you learned. Learning the lesson that you can't always trust the people that you are so close to that you feel like you should be able to trust. I feel like that was a big lesson for your soul. I also feel like it was a lesson to your mother as well in this past life. I feel like after time, she did have a lot of regret for what she did, pushing you into a lifestyle that you weren't, this wasn't part of what you wanted to do. I do feel like she took that to the grave, that she felt lots of regret. I would also be really surprised, or I wouldn't be surprised, if in your present life right now, if there is a bit of tension between you and your mother, a bit of tension or some regret, some feelings there that maybe you don't understand, but perhaps this past life reading will give you a little bit of an idea that, there was a little bit of miscommunication. There was a lot of regret and a lot of anger towards one another, resentment, and that could be past life energy that you bring into your present life. So that could be a lesson in yourself, in your present life, a soul lesson for you too. So you may find in your present life a lesson for your soul has to do or revolve around your mother, or you yourself, if you are a mother or planning to be a mother, it will be another lesson for you. Karmic lessons, I want to say. things that our souls did or didn't do in past lives. We kind of have to go through it all over again in the present. And so that would be a prime example of that. And then number 5, we have how this influences you today. So we were just tapping into it, but how this influences you today. We have the 5 of Wands. Yeah, so like I said, this is a conflict card. There's a bunch of little, I guess these would be looked at as demons. They look like they're ghosts. I mean, it's a ghost tarot, but they look to me like demons that are fighting amongst one another. And so I feel like a lot of conflict, a lot of misunderstandings. This doesn't have to just be between you and a mother figure, but this could be between you and other people. This could also be between you and the way that you observe the church. Okay, maybe there's a lot of angst there, a lot of anger, a lot of stress, a lot of hatred, a lot of resentment. That could be also an influence that this past life has on you in the present. If you've ever questioned and wondered, since my camera's focusing now, let's see if it'll focus on the Empress. There we go. Let's see. If you are struggling with your connection with church or a lack of church, lack of faith, you know, maybe just the word God in general just rubs you the wrong way. Whatever the case may be, those are influences from this past life that are brought into your present. So that's just stuff for you to think about. That's something for you to ponder. As I do see that would make sense. So if you are struggling with a mother figure, or if you are struggling with your personal spiritual path, understand that, you know, a lot of it does come from past influences, but I do feel like it is a big goal for you to not allow other people to influence your beliefs. That should be one lesson. And another should be you are in control of what you believe in. So nobody else should have a say in what you believe, how you believe, and how you actively show that. That is solely your path, and it should be your path. Nobody else should have a say-so in that. I also feel like here at the core, because this is the center card, here at the core, perhaps in this present life, it's another second chance at connecting with spirit. It's a second chance at connecting with your more metaphysical. So if you have an interest in the paranormal or an interest in you know, psychic properties or psychic abilities and metaphysical properties and crystals and tarot and, you know, things like that, that is where this stuff comes from. So those are things that maybe you want to maybe dive into in this present life so that you feel like you've actually come full circle and you were able to actually get up and do something about your life that you wanted to do rather than obey someone else's wishes and live a life that you were not fulfilled in, because that's how I see the past life was for you. It's a lot of regret piled in there. That's a very hurtful energy to deal with. And just because I'm going to pull an oracle card for you just to tie in the reading. So I'll pull from my Halloween tarot. Whoop, there we go. So we have 2. So we have ancestors and owl. And I love that the ancestor card came up for you, because to me that's just saying that spirit is around you. And that's also saying ancestors of this past. So perhaps, you know, your mother energy from this past life is there and they're present right now. So I love that the ancestor card came in. Maybe it's also a sign that you should be tapping into connecting with your ancestors, or perhaps you have been. So that's a validation for you. And then I also pulled the owl card, which is wise seeing and wise action. So definitely owls have that ability to see. Perhaps you have that gift to see beyond the realm. And this should definitely be a path that you continue on with. And also with the wise action, be firm and be wise with your actions. Like I said, don't allow other people to dictate how you should live and believe. This is solely your path and this is your life. So think of this present life as a do-over to make up for what happened in your past. Okay? So this concludes your past life reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to connect with you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me in email. And anyone who's watching, this is the past life reading. It is available in my shop. Check it out. The link is below, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.